The PreAP curriculum has been phenomenal for our students this year. It's given them an opportunity to challenge themselves, but it's also given them a chance to slow down and really focus on specific skills. We've increased the rigor of our students every single day, and we've challenged them to ask questions and to build thinking that they maybe didn't have before. Our students are learning at an impressive rate. They're doing learning checkpoints once a unit, and every single time they're improving their scores. We're really proud of the success of the PreAP curriculum so far, and we can't wait to see what comes with the next coming years.
The thing I like most about PreAP is that we get to talk about more relative topics. Like right now we're talking about vaccines, and we're also going over legal cases that are relevant to things that are going on in society today.
What I like most about the PreAP curriculum is the fact that it's slow paced, and that there's checkpoints which other classes don't have. The checkpoints are helpful because it helps us know where we at and where we need to improve.
What I like about the PreAP curriculum is the relatable topics that we talk about to our current situation in the world.
What I like about PreAP is that we can relate to our history and our present and combine it and learn how history has changed over time, and that some things are still in the process of changing, but we get to learn a lot more than my other classes.
What I like about my PreAP classes is that it's one of my favorite classes that I have of English and history, because I get to learn a little bit more about stuff that's going on in the present day.
One thing I like about PreAP curriculum is I've been able to read more long texts and analyze them better than I could have before.
Something I like about PreAP is the way it's formed. It's not too fast, but it's not too slow either. And the structure of it all, it's really nice and good paced.
PreAP challenges me. In the past, I haven't gotten challenged in all my honors classes, but PreAP challenges me.
The difference between my PreAP classes and my other classes is that I really enjoy my PreAP classes and my English class and my world history class. I find them really enjoyable, and I feel like they're they don't stick to the textbook. They could actually be talk more freely and openly about stuff.
I would have to say that the thing different, as I mentioned before, would be the checkpoints. Other classes are rush things. The checkpoints help us to understand the specific areas that we need to focus on more, which eventually help us with our writing materials.
The difference between a PreAP class and my other classes is that this one has checkpoints, which relatively helps us understand more about what we're learning without forgetting it over time.
The difference between my PreAP classes and other classes is that in other classes, it seems like they just throw you the textbook on you and you have to figure it all by yourself, when in my PreAP classes, I get to hear other people's thoughts more, understand people's thinking, and then combine it and then get a big topic and understand it way much better.
They're more advanced, and I get to socialize more with other kids and understand from their view of what the teacher's been teaching us, and getting helped much better with the teachers as well.
My PreAP class is a little more well-paced compared to my other classes. I'm able to learn at my own speed and be able to connect with the other students around me.
A lot of classes, they're super fast and hard to comprehend, but it's really nice to ask questions and do good. And that's what's good about this class.
Other classes are kind of easy. When I say it really challenges me, I struggle, but in a good way. It's helping me, and I see myself getting better every time we do a multi-paragraph analysis.
Greatest accomplishment in my English class would probably be that I've improved my vocabulary and I have a wider range, and I've also I've learned to write way better. My writing has gone from okay to way better than it is now. Well, no, better than it was before.
I think my greatest accomplishment would be being able to write an essay with fluent transitional phrases, the thesis statement, and the hook as well.
My greatest accomplishment in my PreAP class has to be being able to write much more better and becoming much more literate and learning new words as throughout the process.
My greatest accomplishment in my PreAP classes is that I honestly feel more confident about my essays, and I feel like I put more grammar, seeing how my essays have evolved throughout my middle school years and now in high school. I really think I've improved, and I really like my essays now.
One of my greatest accomplishment has to be writing an essay by myself, because I'd always be like struggling and like doubting about like if it's gonna be good or not. But like ever since having the PreAP classes, I've had like more confidence with myself.
My greatest accomplishment this year has probably been my ability to read and analyze texts, as well as gain more independence with writing.
Greatest accomplishment in English class is learning how to phrase a paragraph and to write an essay.
Being able to write multiple paragraphs, and I'm starting to get better at forming a thesis statement.
What I like best about PreAP as a first-year teacher is the accountability that it gives me to make sure that I am going slowly enough and hitting all of those building blocks that my students need. It's easy to get off track throughout the day-to-day planning, but PreAP gives me the perfect framework for my students to make sure that they're understanding the fundamental building blocks of argumentative writing as sophomores. I also like that the learning checkpoints give me an overall holistic view of the data that shows whether or not my students are growing and allows me to check in both formatively and summatively with them all throughout the curriculum. It's a great way for students to see progress and to see them pushing themselves throughout the year in their writing, in their academic vocabulary, and in their reading of complex nonfiction texts. My students have read things from nonfiction articles all the way to Supreme Court cases, and the PreAP curriculum has led them through that and scaffolded them to a point where they are able to do that and understand clearly the different elements of nonfiction text that they need in order to write and read argumentative writing.
So I think my favorite thing about bringing the PreAP program to Coronado High School is seeing our kids in our classrooms truly thrive. They are engaging in rich conversations with one another. They are using evidence to support their ideas. And the other thing I really like about it has been the positive impact it's had on our teachers. Our teachers are collaborating, they're talking about data with fidelity, and they're talking about creating a better learning experience for kids. Our kids are so smart and they're so capable, and this PreAP program for English and world history has just allowed our kids to have the confidence to take their learning to the next level. They are articulate, they are respectful, they use evidence, and I'm just so proud of all that they've accomplished. And every single learning checkpoint, they have shown improvement, they have shown growth, and that's phenomenal here at Coronado. I could not be prouder of our first year as a PreAP school, and I am so excited to see what happens as we bring on more PreAP classes next year.